Braxton, just curious if you could take me through, this year, your sinker's been more and more featured as you've gone on. The slider was kind of your breakout pitch last year. You were a curveball guy first coming out of school. Just take me through the evolution there.
Yeah, so coming out of high school, I just had a little bit of a higher slot, and like you said, I love to throw that curveball. And I had Tommy John surgery basically the first full season, and I came back, and my first couple seasons after coming back healthy, my arm slot just kept getting higher and higher, and it just kind of took away from everything else other than my curveball. So it kind of turned into more of a slider league at that point, and dropped my arm a little bit. The slider kind of broke out for me. It's just, I feel like I can spin the ball pretty well since I've been young, so the slider wasn't too hard. It was just kind of figuring out how to command it at first. But yeah, that was kind of it, kind of just dropping the arm to a more natural slot.
And just related to that, it seems like that corresponds to when Tommy Phillips, Scott Aldred get involved in the organization. How responsible are they for kind of molding you into the pitcher you are now?
Yeah, they've done an awesome job. I love working with Scott and Tommy. Yeah, they've worked with me a lot on my changeup and a lot on just how to pitch, really, and good spots for my fastball. And yeah, they've done a good job.
Okay, stand far left, Noah.
Coming from where you started the season in the bullpen and moving into a starter's role, how much has it meant to you that the organization's put so much trust in you that you're starting Game 2 of a playoff series?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. This is what I've dreamed of since I was a kid. It's crazy being here, like no doubt. But yeah, I've just worked incredibly hard, and as I mentioned, I made that arm slot change a couple years ago, and I feel like I really took off from there and kind of just built more and more confidence as each season went on. And yeah, of course, it means a lot. I had, one of my best years this year, and, I plan to continue to refine and make everything better and keep getting better.
And also, is there anybody that you went to for advice before this series, and are you going to have any family here for the game tomorrow?
I'm going to have my parents and my little sisters. But yeah, I've gone to a few of the older guys, Matt Barnes, David Robertson, guys like that who have been here. The pitch com's new. There's been a few questions about that and how loud it's going to be, so we're just not quite used to that, but I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Christina in the first row.
Braxton, just I guess first off, how happy are you to get this opportunity, especially after the way with the Wednesday, the doubleheader with the Mets?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. Yeah, really happy to get the start. I think it was just kind of just a culmination of the whole year, and I think one start would be hard to kind of make that decision, but no, I feel great about it.
And just what's going to be the key for you to stay calm, be in this atmosphere, and just a team that's familiar with how you pitch?
Yeah, just trusting my stuff and trusting all the routine that I've done throughout the year. It is a big playoff game, but it's still baseball. It's the same game we've been playing all year. It's the same guys. I respect that team a lot. I respect that lineup a lot, and the ways to get them out aren't going to change. So, I'm going to do my best, try and make every pitch I can.
Stay here on the left.
Hey there, Brax. Was there a moment or a game this season where you really started to feel things clicking and started to see that turn?
I'm not sure if there's a specific game. I had a lot of confidence going into the year, and I had good starts going into that one bad Braves start there, and then I kind of had to get my mind right after that. And I feel, I think I faced Arizona after the Braves, and then maybe the start after that, things started to click. I struck out 13 against the Pirates, which was a big outing for me and kind of where everything was working. But yeah, sometime after that Arizona start.
And from your perspective with Zeus going game one, just what's it been like watching him do what he's done this year, and especially this last month for the two of you to really have to start stepping up once Sandy went down, Yuri went down, for you guys to sort of handle the bulk of the load for the rotation?
Yeah, Zeus has been awesome. I tell people all the time he's one of my favorite guys to watch pitch in all the big leagues. He's a bulldog. He pitches with a chip on his shoulder, and I just love how he goes at guys. And yeah, we've talked about it too. We're both over our inning maxes, and we feel confident that we've continued to push and still feel good. So, yeah, I'm real proud of Zeus. He's become a good friend of mine, so I'm real happy to see his success.
Okay, gonna go here in the middle.
Braxton, how will tonight's result affect you tomorrow?
I don't think really at all. I'm still going to do my same game plan and same things I do pre-start anyways. So no matter what, I'm going to go in confident and pitch the best I can.
Okay, in the middle there on the left.
Hey Braxton, what's it been like to watch Tanner at the end of games lately?
A lot of fun. Yeah. I can't watch Tanner and be like, hey, I need to do that. We're just so different. But it's fun to watch him pitch and just pound the zone with 2 pitches and just seem unhittable sometimes. He's another guy. We just have so many guys who work so hard, and he's made such a big jump from this year to this year from last year as well. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
What's been the biggest jump for him from last year in your mind?
For me, I think it's command overall. You know, it seems like every hitter's 0-1, and I actually mentioned like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, man, I feel like Tanner's throwing too many strikes. And then someone told me, they're like, dude, with that stuff, there's never too many strikes. So, yeah, I'd say just command overall.
I'm going to go to Howard here in the middle.
Braxton, just, you talked a little bit about this, but Jesus, his four-seamer is the pitch of choice. Sandy, before he went down, the changeup is obviously the difference maker. It doesn't seem like there's a core philosophy within the organization about doing one thing or another. What is sort of the underlying similarity? What makes a Marlins pitcher a Marlins pitcher?
I'm not sure. I know we talk a lot about count management, and we talk a lot about pitching confidently and taking chances. And I think a lot of us starters in particular are really confident in the zone with our stuff. Obviously, all of us are different. I'm obviously drastically different from Sandy and Jesus, but we all are really confident with our stuff in the zone.
And just related to it, not just seeing Sandy go down, but even, Sixto being down, a number of key pitchers in this organization, you guys are here anyway. What does it say about the pitching depth that you guys are here in the postseason tonight?
Yeah, it says a lot. Our hitter's motto is pass the baton, and I think us pitchers, we do the same thing. We've had a lot of guys go down. Guys have had to come up and make starts, and you mentioned it, guys have just stepped up, and me and Jesus have been fortunate to be healthy and continue to pitch pretty well. So, yeah, it's just next man up always, and everyone who's on the mound, we believe in them. So I think that's just an organization-wide thing.
Okay, Daniel here in the front.
Hey, Brax. You mentioned the innings max or limit, obviously. You, Zeus, Yuri, all of the guys. Is that something that's on your mind in the game with the pitch count management? Is that something that bothers you, or you just go through it?
No, not at all. To be honest, I don't even know how many innings I have right now or what my max was previous. So no, not really.
Okay, gonna go here in the middle.
Bryce, you've been in this organization since you were 18 years old. I'm just curious if you could touch on the culture change implemented by Skip and his staff this season.
Yeah, it's hard to put my finger on one thing, but what I tell people that Skip does really well is he communicates really well, and that translates as well with his staff and everyone. There's never a wonder really in my mind, why he pulled me or why he did this or that. He's going to be honest with you, and he's also a young guy. He played a long time, so he really balances the player coach and the manager who needs to get on you and tell you what you need to do.
Okay, Christine on the left.
Kind of playing off of that, being drafted in the organization and getting to reach this point, because there are a lot of guys that were, brought in via trade or free agents, just to speak to that you are a homegrown player.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really not something I think about much either. I kind of just think of every single season in its own. But I am proud to be homegrown with this organization. It's been a long journey, and look at us now. Here we are. It's pretty awesome.
Here on the right in front.
Part of the stat line will say how many pitches you threw, how many strikes you threw, getting back to what you said earlier. Is there such a thing? Do you think about that much? Obviously, you don't want to throw too many balls, but you could be too many strikes, maybe be hittable versus effectively wild, as they say. Mm-hmm. What do you think about those stats, and how much do you take those into account for you personally?
Yeah, again, for me, it's kind of like start to start. There are times where I can throw too many strikes for sure. Yeah, there's just times I throw too many strikes, and it's just the fact of me trusting, whatever it is, the sinker, the four-seamer, the cut, that I can get out of that at bat. And it's something that I've worked with Mel too. He's given me ideas of zones to go to where I can still get a chase because I throw so many strikes. So yeah, I don't think it's something I think about during the game, but maybe afterwards and then going into the next one.
Thank you, Braxton.
Thanks, guys.